Hey everyone, it's nearly Christmas, so that's got me thinking about God. I was listening to a podcast by Darryl Cooper, and he was painting a picture of God as a being who evolves over time from the Big Bang through the Old Testament God, so full of mystery and fire and brimstone and, one moment a loving, nurturing parent, and the next moment a wrathful deity wreaking havoc, through to this extraordinary evolution in God, in the birth of Christ. So Christmas, right? Anyway, I wrote this song from the point of view of God. Here it is. It's called The Promise. That's my Christmas gift. I am where it all began. Awareness ignited in a big bang. But knowing all is a lonely thing. Alone in my control of everything. So I brought in another voice. Bestowed on you freedom of choice. I left you with some rules and hints. And we've been wrestling ever since. My child, you are a puzzle, and you feel like you're in pieces, broken and befuddled. You're trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find our way. And I promise everything will be okay. I watched you discover fire. I heard you shape words over lifetimes. I watched the devil sink in his teeth and shake you like a wolf shakes meat. You tamed the horses and the grass. You took sand and you made it into glass. You took the glass and you made a lens, and you cracked open wide the heavens, and the world became your puzzle, and you feel like it's in pieces. You're broken and befuddled. You're just trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find our way. And I promise everything will be okay. We've kept each other on our toes. Playoffs and pageants and horror shows. And I dealt out some fire and brimstone from up here on my lonely throne. And so I sent my son clothed in your skin, that I might get to know you from within, and you might know the kingdom come, in which you live and move and love. And my kingdom is a puzzle, and you feel like it's in pieces, the broken and befuddled. You're just trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find a way. Yeah, my child, you are a puzzle, and you feel like you're in pieces. You're broken and befuddled. You're just trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find our way. And And I promise everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Really? Really? That's the promise. I find it hard to put my trust in that sometimes, but when I do, it holds me with a great sense of nurturing and sort of resources me, this bigger picture. And what a picture. What a picture it is. I won't go back to the Big Bang again, that's just... But let me go back a few thousand years. You've got, well, the Assyrian Empire coming out of Mesopotamia, sweeping across the Middle East, just like, they have advanced weaponry, they just wipe out all their foes. Surely favoured by God. That was the consciousness. The winner is favoured by God, and winner takes all. And now the Assyrians rule the winners. Until the Babylonian Empire rises up and just lays waste to the Assyrians. And now the Babylonians, surely favoured by God, the winners. This is over a span of centuries, millennium. Well, the Persians come next, and they just wipe out the Babylonians. Here we are again, new empire. I mean, it's just epic. Epic. An epic story. By the time Jesus gets here, Rome, of course, is the winner. They're doing amazing things. The roads, the aqueducts. I mean, incredible. Like, incredible empire. Lots to admire. And, of course, like all those before them, it's caught up in power and control. And it kind of works in many ways, right? I think this has all evolved this way for a reason, right? Consciousness is evolving. And we're about to have a massive shift of consciousness with Jesus, because he comes into the scene and, you know, signs and wonders and things catch on. This Jesus guy gets well known, and of course he's seen by many as the Messiah, promised in the prophecies for, well, how many centuries, thousands of years, the Messiah is going to come, and they're expecting a military leader to just rise up and obliterate their enemies, bring them out of exile. Woohoo, favoured by God, here we are, here we go again. And Jesus is different, though. Well, his message is kind of strange. He's saying everyone's welcome at the table, everyone's loved, everyone. Yeah, the Gentiles as well. What, the Gentiles? No, they're the ones who've like just enslaved us and treated us like dogs. Like, what is going on? I'll preach to the Gentiles, yeah, and the Jews and the beggars and the lepers and the whores and the thieves. And everyone's loved. It's not just not the winners who are favoured by God. It's the losers as well. Maybe in some ways more so, closer to God. Anyway, they come to take him away because he's pissed off so many people. And, you know, one of his disciples brings out the sword, and Jesus says, no, put away your sword. And that one moment is just such an incredible, what that represents, it's just, put away your sword. See how the cycle's been broken. He's gone, no, I'm not going to be another one of those. It's not going to be another one of those revolutions. It's not what you think. Yeah, everything's going to change. Everything's going to change. And I am going to win, but not in the way you think. And they take him away, they nail him to a cross, and he suffers horribly. And in his suffering, he says, forgive them. What? I mean, just think of that in the light of the story I've painted of the Assyrians and the Babylonians and the Persians and the Romans. And like, this is turning the world upside down. Actually says, and he means it, forgive them, because they're lost. And you can be found. You can find your way again. There's always the possibility of finding your way, getting back on track. And there is a track. There is. And it is about love. And it is about humility. And it makes such an impression that within a meager couple of 100 years, Christianity's gone from this minor cult to this massive, massive movement. And whether you're a person of faith or not, the world you live in has been shaped in ways that we just probably take for granted now. The individual rights under the law, that's come out of the Judeo-Christian outlook. So remember, back before, the world was 99% of people were slaves. In the Roman times, the man was the head of the house, and he owned his wife and he owned his kids, so he could do whatever he wanted with his property and his slaves. And well, you get the idea. Christianity says, why can't you buy and sell people? And why not? What's wrong with that? If you fish around, if you really dig around, you got to find some answer to that. People intuitively know. I just know it's just not right. Why not you buy and sell horses? Why not people? It's different. Something. This idea of the sanctity of the human spirit, human soul. And out of that comes laws that are very real, that we all benefit from. The rule of law, the judicial system, even parliament. This idea of the will of everyone getting some kind of say, and for all its flaws, parliamentary system and democracy, and this idea of having a voice come through these channels and be represented in parliament. Man, all of that's actually come out of these principles about the value of life. And the end of slavery was largely, hugely driven by Christian people, because it came out of this outlook. And I know other religions, of course, too, have great things to awaken the world to, but it's Christmas, right? So I'm focusing on this one. Where was I? I got a bit lost now, which is a beautiful thing. Right? Sometimes when you're lost, that's when you're closest to God, I think. At any rate, I think I was just sort of trying to put across a Christmas message that it's a pretty extraordinary story, the human story, and along with that, the story of faith and the values that come out of that faith. A lot of the social justice movements that have then been written into law, the idea of a safety net that looks after society, so much of that has all come out of that incredible turning point. And that's what I want to celebrate this Christmas, the birth, the promise. And of course, there's all kinds of horror stories going on in the world, and there's incredible beauty as well, and promise and possibility. And if you're struggling this Christmas and there's horrible things going on, well, I just wish you, hope you find your way through that with love and clarity. And it's not all easy. And the idea that there's this bigger picture unfolding that we can put our trust in, I know it's super hard sometimes. It's easy on the good days when things are going our way. But when they're not, it's so tempting just to fall into bitterness and despair and just, well, it's all just random. I think those times are perhaps when we're really broken, perhaps it's when we most need to just recognize a bigger picture unfolding. I choose to believe it's headed somewhere. From the Big Bang through the primordial swamp of the evolution of Homo sapien, 1 million years of Homo sapien evolution before we even get something like human psychology and culture. Hunter-gatherers into agricultural society through the Industrial Revolution, and now we're into this AI thing. It's something's happening and evolving and growing, and we can play a part in that. And thanks for listening. Appreciate your time. I am where it all began. Awareness ignited in a big bang. exist, consciousness. But knowing all is a lonely thing, alone in my control of everything. So I brought in another voice, and I bestowed on you freedom of choice. I left you with some rules and hints, and we've been wrestling ever since. And my child, you are a puzzle, and you feel like you're in pieces, broken and befuddled. You're just trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find our way. And I promise everything will be okay. I watched you discover fire. I heard you shape words over lifetimes. I watched the devil sink in his teeth and shake you like a wolf shakes meat. You tamed the horses and the grass. You took sand and you made it into glass. You took the glass and you made a lens, and you cracked open wide the heavens. The world became your puzzle, and you feel like it's in pieces. You're broken and befuddled, you're just trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find a way. And I promise everything will be okay. We've kept each other on our toes. Playoffs and pageants and horror shows. And I dealt out some fire and brimstone from up here on my lonely throne. Then I sent my son clothed in your skin, that I might get to know you from within, and you might know the kingdom come, in which you live and move and love. The kingdom is a puzzle, and you feel like it's in pieces, broken and befuddled, trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find our way. Yay, my child, you are a puzzle, and you feel like you're in pieces. You're broken and befuddled, you're just trying to find the edges. Well, I promise you, my child, the pieces fit together, and we will find our way. And I promise everything will be okay. Merry Christmas.